Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of MamaBare. I'm Brie.
And I'm Erryn.
And today we're going to do a quick little chit chat, tell you what's going on with our lives. And we've had a couple of fun updates, so we'll bring you along for the ride.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So tell me about where you've been. What have you and Everest been up to?
So much fun. I feel like we've been super busy. We're leaving for Virginia next week, so we're super excited to go down and visit one of our close friends.
Right. Well, for those of you that don't know, you were supposed to go visit her when you went to Florida, but it didn't work out. So now you're getting a chance to go down and see her.
Yes, she has 4 under 4.
Wild.
She's all boys and twins and a tiny little babe. So we're so excited to visit her. It'll be Everest 3rd and 4th flight. So we're super pumped about that.
Well-traveled baby.
Yeah, well-traveled baby. Everest is 6.5 months and he's rolling like the cute little roller he is. He's taking swim lessons. So that's been amazing. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place right now. We're getting like into the rhythm of like, I'm going back to the gym 4 times a week, which has been great. We go to baby and me classes. I take him to the child minding at the YMCA. So I have a bit of time to work out.
It's good to feel like you have a little bit of yourself back.
We're finding
which
our
I
rhythm.
find that maybe around 6 months that starts to happen a little more because they become a little more independent.
And now it's like crazy because we're like talking about baby number 2 and it's like, maybe not yet. Like as badly as I want, like another baby, I'm like, Everest is still a little baby and like I'm just starting to feel like myself, so maybe later.
But maybe not.
But maybe not. We'll see. TBD. No, it's been really good. But then Everest got sick for the first time, really. Like he was sick with like his dietary issues way back.
Yes,
like
he
3
chose
months.
to save that for my house.
Yes, and he got like sick. Like he's got like a cold. He really was not eating or drinking much. Actually, I was going to tell you, he's on day 4. Today will be day 4, no poop.
Oh, okay.
Don't love that.
No, we don't love that. But for babies, that can be, especially when they start solids, can be normal.
And then he got sick. So day 1 of being sick, he pooped 5 times.
Well, then it's all out of him.
5 times. And then he struggled with eating. So I wonder if that's part of it. Like he couldn't breathe through his nose. So he couldn't eat. Mm-hmm. He wasn't nursing well. So I truly think he was not passing as many wet diapers because he was just so deep. Like he was a little bit dehydrated. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't eat. So he was not nursing very well. So I think now we're getting back on it. He's been nursing a little bit better the last 2 days. So we're just like, come on, get that poopy out of him.
Yeah,
so
get the bicycles going.
Got the bicycles going, trying to help him move, give him a little tummy things, put some magnesium lotion on his foot. Yeah, all of that fun
I have
stuff.
confidence that you'll have a nice big blowout today.
Oh boy, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Do you want to give him a hug before you leave and give him a nice big squeeze?
Squeeze it out.
No, but how about you guys? What's going on?
We have had a lot going on. So for Emerson, I think I said one podcast, Emerson had her birthday. She turned 5. For her birthday, we decided I didn't want any more toys. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did not want any more toys. Toys are out. We have so many toys. I'm trying to get rid of toys. Yes. We don't need toys. So my husband and I decided to build her this like indoor jungle gym type area.
Love this.
So we got all the things and they've just been sitting in my basement for 2 weeks and not doing anything with them. So my husband, woke up last weekend and was like, let's do this. Let's get your dad over here because he's our handyman and let's do it. So they built an amazing rock wall in our basement.
So cool.
And we have the monkey bars set up.
Oh, amazing.
So we still have a few things to do. We got to get a ball pit. And
I gotta come see this.
You do. Everest can play around. He can sit.
So fun.
Yeah. So we have to get a ball pit and we have to put up the ladder to climb up to the monkey bars. But it's looking great. And my girls are obsessed with it. Like obsessed. They want to play with it all the time.
Good.
Yeah.
This is the right kind of play.
Right. And this is the kind of play I want to encourage.
Listen, we should have talked about it. We just did a screen time episode. This is like another strategy to avoid screen time.
Yeah.
Like, find alternative things. What were we thinking? Like sign them up in sports or take them down to your epic basement that has a rock climbing wall.
Yeah. Rock climbing. I mean, it's very short. It's like only
it's like a bouldering wall.
Yes. It's like 7-8 feet tall, maybe. Like our basement ceilings are not tall. But yeah, I mean, it's super
amazing.
It's super fun.
And
the
if
girls
they
love
it, that's all that matters.
They love it. Yeah, they're super into it. And right now, like we have to like be there with them, so it just kind of encourages us to spend time as a family too, because we have to be there to.
And then you can work out while they're working out.
Yeah, well, we've been using. You got Emerson that little
really?
barbell. Yeah, so she worked out with me yesterday morning, and it was the
Did
cutest
she
thing
do
ever.
So that was my goal in getting it. I was like, you can get a kid a toy, but like we're trying to foster these healthy habits of like working out. Not like we're trying to push working out in kids.
No.
But if they want to copy you,
well, the girls. So the girls are always with me anyways, and they ask. I would never be like at 5 years old, you need to work out. Absolutely not. I tell them to go play with their toys because my workout room is right beside the playroom. So I say go play, but they say, Mommy, can I work out with you?
Aww.
And I say, yeah, absolutely. So now she has her own little bar that
fun.
And does she do the whole workout with me? No, she goes and plays halfway through, but
yeah.
it's great. Yeah.
So fun.
And then the other thing I started with Emerson, and I'm really excited about this, we're trying to foster some independence in her. And so I started this thing where I got this sheet of paper. It's more like a Bristol board. And I wrote down 5 morning tasks that she does every morning, things that she already does.
Like little chores?
Like getting ready for school.
Oh,
so every morning she gets dressed, she eats breakfast, she brushes her teeth, brushes her hair, and feeds the dog. Feeding the dog is her one chore that she does. I help her
like
getting yourself ready for the day. I help her with all these things. Mine is getting dressed. She does that all on her own, but I help her with her hair and her.
She picks her own outfits.
Yeah. She does a really good job. This morning it was adorable. She came out in jeans and this lovely blue like long sleeve top. I was like, cute. I might take some style cues.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, anyways, what I did was I took this Bristol board and I wrote her 5 daily tasks that she always does.
Is this in her room?
Yeah, I've put it in her room now. And I got these little tiny push lights off of Amazon.
Okay.
So you push them and they turn on. So every morning I say, turn on your task lights. So she turns them on. And then each time she does a task, she turns the light off.
Amazing. Does she like it?
She loves it.
Aww.
And so this morning, typically it takes us an hour to do all of these things because she just stalls and she's doing, and she's and mind you, it's only been a couple days that we've been doing this, so it could fall off real easy. But the past 2 days, she's been really excited about it, and she's done it fairly quickly, and then she has time to play with her sister before school, which is great. Yeah, so
it
I'm really excited about that.
The onus on her now. These are your tasks.
Yeah.
You brush your teeth. I don't have to tell you. You have to do these things.
You have to brush your teeth, yes.
Wow,
and like I said, I do help her. I make them breakfast still.
Sure,
and
I
help her with her hair. But yeah, now she's like, Mommy, I'm ready to do this. Mommy, I'm ready to do that. Yeah. So it's been really fun. I can link the lights if people want.
That's so cool. Did you hear about this from someone else?
I want to say a long time ago, I saw a video or something in regards to this type of thing. It wasn't exactly this. And then I kind of just, I don't know, made it up on my own.
So I did see a video of it, of yours, and I assumed you had bought, it was all in one, the paper was attached to the.
No, I just made it up.
Yeah, this thing you buy, task sheet, but no, you put a Bristol board, wrote it all down, and that's cool.
Yeah, and I drew the pictures because she is learning to read. She can't read fully yet, so I drew pictures beside each thing so she knows what the tasks are as well.
And then how were they attached to the wall?
So the little lights come with an adhesive on the back.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. So I stuck them to the Bristol board, and then I just taped the picture onto the wall, the Bristol board onto the wall.
And so far, she's loving it.
She's loving it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's working really well. So
awesome.
I will say the one downside is that they're battery operated, and each light takes 3 AAAs. So
15 batteries.
Yeah, no, Walter's we're going to go broke trying to house these and I'm they're not on for that long. She puts them on in the morning and they're all off within, the first one's off fairly quickly because she gets dressed right away pretty well. And then eats breakfast. So they're, within half an hour, 45 minutes, they're all off. It's really not that long. So, but like I said, I can link the lights if anyone wants to.
Yeah, that's so
try
fun.
this out, and I can even take a picture. I don't know if can we post a picture somewhere so I can show kind of my idea
here.
Here.
Oh, wait, how do we attach our hands? Here. This is where it'll be. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we've been up to.
And you got a big trip coming up too.
Yes, so
this has been a big pivot.
Oh,
it used to be a
pivot.
Florida trip, and now you're staying Canadian side. Amazing.
Yes,
I love this.
So we've decided to use everything that's happening in the world as an opportunity to explore our own country.
Yeah, our country's amazing. Why not?
Our country's amazing, and there is lots of places. I'd love to take my kids out east.
I've
been out west to come see you, but I've never been out east either. Yeah. But we came out west to see you, and it's beautiful. I would love to take my kids out there.
Totally.
We are going to stay a little bit closer to home. We're not going to go quite that far, but we're going to go to Quebec. And I'm super excited. No, the girls have never been. And it is a 9-hour drive. We're going to drive it.
Wow.
We just had this screen time. And I did say I was going to allow, when we travel, I download movies for them. I bring toys as well in the car, but once those have fallen through,
Yeah.
I pass them their backups. Yeah, they watch
Do you think
a
they'll
movie.
sleep? Will they nap in the car?
Oh, at some point, for sure.
They
For sure, at
just
some
fall
point.
asleep, or-
Especially Nora, because she still takes naps during the day. So likely at some point, yeah. I'm hoping, and this is just maybe me being optimistic, that we only have to make like a stop. We're going to leave really early in the morning.
But you said only make one stop?
Hopefully, maybe.
Just knowing me and my bladder, that would not.
See, yeah. So I just know, like, Erryn, don't drink 12 teas
Gotcha.
before you
Yeah.
leave. But yeah, likely we'll probably have to take maybe two.
Two, yeah.
But even if one's just a quick bathroom break, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm thinking one, get out, stretch your legs,
like a proper
walk.
stop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm hoping we can leave at like 5 a.m., do like a 4-hour stent, takes us to like 9:30.
Yeah.
And then get out, stretch our legs, go pee, eat something,
Yeah.
and then
You're
head
there
back on
early
the road.
afternoon, yeah.
Hopefully be there early afternoon. They have an amazing aquarium there we're going to go to. The other mom, we're going with another family. The other mom and I are going to do a spa morning where the
Gosh, little
dads watch the
self-care.
kids. Yeah, a little self-care. We're going to go on some hikes.
Oh, this is going to be so great.
yeah,
How long
I'm
are you going?
excited.
A week?
We're going for 6 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were gonna go for 7. I do work the night before, the
Oh,
one day
okay. So
before.
you gotta
we're
get
just
back.
yeah. So and I work the day before and the day after. So
Beauty.
yeah, wonderful. But yeah, we're gonna go for 6 nights. So I'm
So
really
awesome.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be really, really fun. I
That's
think.
so great. Our biggest thing right now with our travel is like Everest. I've been talking about this for so long, but Everest is like fully outgrown his infant car seat.
Right.
So I'm like, do I bring? So the mom there that I'm visiting, she's got a convertible car seat for Everest to sit in. She's like, don't bring your car seat, bigger like convertible one. And Everest is ready for that move. Sadly, at 6 months. But you and I have talked about this before because like Everest naps so well in his infant car seat and I'm able to bring him in. I know controversial, but he sleeps so good in it and I keep a good close eye on him. Anyway, so I'm not like ready to give up those like infant car seat naps yet because like it happens quite frequently and I like live for them.
And when you're traveling, like sometimes the naps are
Yeah.
off, so when you can sneak them in.
Exactly. So now my fear is like if I don't bring my own infant car seat and he sleeps in I don't know what that car seat's like. He's never been in it. And now we're going to go to a whole new place and he's not even going to be in his own comfortable car seat. But it's simple. It's already installed in her car. So I'm like really stressed. And so because she has already 4 other children in car seats in the car, it's like he won't be right with me. And so like she's probably looking at me as like, oh my gosh, you're thinking way too much about this.
Well, and as
she's
you
got
have
4 kids.
as you have more kids, you become. I was talking about this yesterday with one of my friends who just had her second. As you have more kids, you
become
I don't wanna say-
desensitized to some of these
Yeah,
things.
I don't want to say you care less. It's not that you care less.
You just can't have, you don't have as much time.
You become more comfortable with
your
certain
decision.
things. Yes.
Totally. And like, so I totally know in like my privileged spot of having like one child, I'm like, I probably fuss over little details over him more than say she does. She's never had one child. She had twins first.
Right.
So like, she has 4 under 4 and like she doesn't know what it means to have some of the problems I do because
Just a
she doesn't have the
single kid,
luxury
yeah.
of that. So for me to go down and I'm like, oh, I'm worried and she's like, throw him in the car and get on with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I haven't been down there, not saying that that's how she is, but like this issue is probably very small to her. She's
Right.
like,
Well,
put him in the car seat.
I get it though, because I was
Yeah.
the same way. Like things that I stressed so hard, like even leaving Emerson for like 10 minutes, it put a knot in my stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm not that same way with Nora. And it's not because I love her less or care
Yeah.
about her less. It's just
different. It's different. A second, like
the second child.
You
and then
always
I assume
wonder-
with a third and a fourth, it just becomes
Totally.
more and more.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
And then people always wonder like why the first child is so different from 2, 3, 4. Like you see that in most families.
Yeah.
Because they're raised completely different.
Absolutely.
Like number 1 and number 2, it's
Totally
a totally
something we
different
should
life.
talk about one day.
Absolutely.
For sure. Because
Yeah.
it's a total.
Everyone says like going from 1 to 2 is like pretty difficult, and then 2 to 3 is like easier because your 1 and
Yeah.
2 are friends already.
Yeah.
Like Emerson and Nora, like you said, best friends.
They're
You know what I
best
mean?
friends until they're not, but yeah.
So it's just like adding that second responsibility in, and then the third is just like you've already done it once, so you
Yeah.
already know how to do it.
I think going from 0 to 1 was like
Very hard.
was an adjustment, but I honestly for me personally, going from 1 to 2 was way more of an adjustment than going from 0 to 1.
Yeah, I hear
like,
that.
going from 0 to 1, it was like, yes, my whole life has changed because now I have a child.
Yeah.
But going from 1 to 2,
It's
it
chaotic.
became absolute chaos.
Yeah.
And I can't speak on going from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
I will never. We are having 2 kids. That's
Yeah.
where we are staying. That's the cards I was dealt. So it's I think a blessing and a curse sometimes. Sometimes I really yearn to have another baby, and other times I'm like, no, this is like way more than enough.
Yeah.
So So I can't speak on that, but
Yeah. Oh boy. So anyways, that's just our thing with our travel right now. Is like that's where my head's at. We are flying and we get a lot of luggage on our flight. So I'm like, should I just bring it and make life easy on myself? But it's like, is that also making life hard on myself? I don't know. So that's kind of like what we're going through right now. What are we gonna pack? What are we gonna bring? We're gone for a whole week in a house where I'm hopefully helping her because she's got 4 kids.
Yeah.
But like day to day, I'm like, who's helping me? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you have 1 kid, get over it. You know what I mean? It's like
no, and I hate to do that. Like with my friends that only have 1 kid, I hate being the person that's like, "Well, just wait."
Yeah,
We'll just wait because
just
I
wait.
know that when I was in those days, early days of having just 1
Yeah.
kid, to me that was my struggle for the moment, and
Yes.
it was hard for me.
Everyone's
and I don't want to
challenges are always-
diminish someone else's
Right.
just because I know how hard it is now having a second child. Does not diminish the hard that you feel at that moment.
Can we agree
right?
that like nothing is worse than when you're pregnant or like raising children and someone being like, well, just wait.
Yes,
You know what
and
I
I
mean?
hate
It's
that's
so
why I
annoying.
try my very hardest to not ever be
Yeah,
that
I
person.
catch myself sometimes like, yeah, oh, well, just wait until this. It's like, no, like they will go through it and
Yes.
it's okay to be like, oh, right now I'm struggling with this.
Yeah,
Instead
like-
of like, oh,
Like, don't diminish
Yeah,
someone else's
yeah,
feelings like, just
totally.
because you know that it's gonna get harder.
100%. Like I do think of this mom I'm going to visit at 4 under 4, and she like I always think whenever I'm going through something tough, I'm like, she's probably like rolling her eyes at me like, oh boo hoo, you know.
And
you've
like
got
you said,
one.
she's never had the experience of a
No.
singleton baby,
No.
so
No, like she
Yeah.
went head first into twins. So
which
anyway.
is like a blessing, but also I'm
Totally.
sure also sometimes it's like it's
Yeah,
a lot.
a
yeah.
lot. So anyways, I'll get my eyes open. I always find like spending time with other moms is always very eye opening. And like when we went to Florida, having guests stay with us for nonstop for like 28 plus days was like, I had to let go of a lot of my like my OCD-ness, like, or like my worries. Cause like, I think I talked about it when people would like put a cup down, I'd be like, shh, or like they'd close the door, I'd be like, shh, because I'm like so scared of them waking the baby. And then by the end of the month, when I came home, I'm a lot more like, I'll be
Little more
fine.
laid
Like,
back,
you can't
yeah.
control some things. You're like, please be quiet. And if they don't, then it's like whatever.
And I do remember you came when you came to my house the other day, you were kind of like, is this what your life is like every day?
It was so loud.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, this is.
Well, I think
This
it was
is where
more
I'm
like,
at.
because I haven't spent time with you and your 2 girls in a
Because
little
Emerson's usually in school.
Yeah. So like just in your space with your 2 girls and watch them run around. It's like I see you as like my best friend, went to high school together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you are just you to me. But then like to them you are their mom.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I see you parenting here or there. But like to see you in it in your home, and I was just like,
You're like,
maybe we'll wait a
now
little
I know why
longer.
you don't answer me.
We'll wait a little longer, I think. So
It is. My house is very, very chaotic most of the time.
I'm sure most
Yeah.
places with
But
children.
right, anybody who I've encountered who have like multiple kids,
Yeah.
it is chaos.
It's chaos.
It's chaos, but
It's a beautiful game.
it's,
and like
I wouldn't change it.
everything is temporary.
Yes.
And that is the saddest thing.
I
Like,
know.
this
You
chaos
know
is
what I
something
was
you'll
thinking
miss.
about this morning as my 2 girls were sitting up at my island eating breakfast? I was like, I never want. Yes, I'm like I'm gonna cry thinking about it. I'm like I never want to not have this.
I know.
Like yes, getting up and like getting them ready and also getting me ready for work. Like I'm a working mom, like getting me ready for work and getting them ready and getting her to school and it's again chaos and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot in the morning. And would it be easier if I just had to get up and have a cup of tea and like get myself ready? Yeah, it'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I never want to not have those little feet sitting at
I
my
know.
counter eating their breakfast because
I
it's just
know.
like it's like
yeah,
it's like
these-
this is the best days of my life.
Absolutely.
I truly think that.
I really want to get like a sign made in our house. Like, what's the saying? Like, you never, like, these are the good old days.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what is it? Like, you never know when
You're-
you're in the good old days.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
that's now.
until you're not in them anymore.
Until you're not in
Yeah.
them anymore. I feel like every stage of my life has been that
And
way. But, like,
I'm
this
also
is so
like
special.
I'm excited that my girls are growing. It's so hard. It's like a double-edged sword.
I know.
Because I'm so excited that my girls are growing and I'm gaining some of my independence back. And my husband and I are able to like
Do
go
things.
do things. Like we're gonna go on a wine tour for my
Right.
birthday.
Yes.
And that's so exciting. But then also at the same time, I don't want them to grow up. I want
Yeah.
them if I could just keep them this age forever. I
It's
would.
so sweet. That's so funny because like even with like Everest little milestones, I'm always like, oh, can't wait till he rolls. Can't wait till he rolls. He's behind on rolling, and then he rolls. I'm like, well, I could, I
I
could
could
do
go back
without the
to
rolls.
yeah.
And so it's like kind of that double. So you want them to grow up, then you want them to stay little. And it's just like, you want them to grow and learn and see everything. But then you're also like, you're seeing everything for the first time. I can't do that again with you for the first time.
Right.
So, but speaking to the wine tour, I've got like a major, major life crisis. And like, again, you and I are so different in this way that like I overthink like terribly. But one of the things like that is important to me, I'm not saying it's important to everyone, but to me, I like really hold fond like my breastfeeding journey. And I've never fed Everest a bottle. A part of it was choice. Part of it is this is how it's worked out for us. And I'm not ready to do that yet. And so like he'll be 11, almost 11 months.
When we go,
When you go. And so taking out of the factor that I may be pregnant, which you brought up earlier, hopefully by that time, the other thing exists that even if I wasn't pregnant, how would I do that with like breastfeeding Everest? I've never left him for a night before. So I was like, do I bring someone? Like, does grandma come to the wine tour and stay back at the house and watch the baby? Then I put the baby to bed. But then I'm like, but I'll be drinking at the wine tours. Then how do I breastfeed him? And it's like, I've worked this through so many ways. And it's just like, it's not possible unless I were to have pumped earlier and had a bottle for him. But then if I do that day, I can't just do that. I've got to practice beforehand.
Yeah, so that's what I had said was definitely if you do choose, and I don't care what you choose to do. You choose to do what works for you. It will not affect me in the slightest. I would love if you were there. If you are pregnant, which I just am assuming you will be and won't be there, but I would love for you to be there if you're not. I do highly recommend if you choose to go the bottle route to try it beforehand because I have made this mistake and now I can make it for the both of us. Yeah. I went to a wine tour. Not a wine tour, a winery. It was a bachelorette, but it was just it was one winery for one day. I had pumped a bottle because we were also doing exclusive breast milk. Yeah. We had up until this point done exclusively breastfeeding. And I never did formula with either of my kids. Like they've never had formula. We did breastfeeding until we did food. And so I pumped some bottles, went to this winery, which was like an hour away from my house, and everything's going great. And then near the end, my husband's like, Nora has been crying for quite a while. I cannot get her to take the bottle. I've tried many, many times and she will not take it. And I just felt sick to my stomach. And I was driving. Like I had one glass of wine because I knew I was driving. Yeah. I was just going more to be there. But I felt sick to my stomach. I got in my car and luckily I did drive because they did take a limo up and I chose to drive on my own knowing that I may need an emergency exit. Yeah. I got in my car and I've never driven so fast in my entire life. The fact that I got home safely and without a ticket is a miracle. Yeah. And the whole way home, I just felt this knot. I felt like I was going to be sick. I felt so bad because I didn't test her out with a bottle beforehand. Yeah. And that was my own silly fault. Right. But my other daughter took a bottle no problem when I had done things. So I just assumed, but don't ever assume. Yeah. And kids are totally different. And I got home and I popped her up. Oh my gosh, did I ever feel absolutely horrible? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, like I said, this might be something I don't even have to cross this bridge because perhaps I can't even go, but like I would love to go. Like I actually didn't realize the time frame of it and that I might be pregnant. Like that didn't even cross my mind. It was just like, okay, he'll be 11 months. How do I make this happen? Because I really, for my soul, need to go. Yeah. Like I need to go on this trip. You need that time, yeah. Like I'm very excited. I haven't gone away with friends in a very long time. Like that would be so much fun. So I'll actually be very sad not to go. But like we're in a phase where we're growing our family. So that is our priority too. And like we are consciously knowing we're giving up things like that this, because our family is what.
And I did that, right? Like I gave up lots when I had kids, so I totally get it.
Right. And now it's just my turn to go through it. And I have people like you in my life that understand that and make time for me. So like I feel really socialized in that way. It's just different. It's just here while my son naps. So, so I'm very lucky that like you almost struggled through it first, so that now I feel very supported. So I'm always so lucky for that. But no, it's something I would love to do. And like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, again, maybe I won't have to make the decision, but if I did, I had no clue what I would do because it breaks my heart to think, first of all, just like biologically, like I've never pumped. So I've never had like mastitis. I've never had any pain. I've never had supply issues either way. Cause like supply and demand, like people, you know, nutrition is a major factor in your breast milk, but like at the end of the day, there's no magic way to like get breast milk. Everyone's like, do this for more breast milk. It's science. Like it's supply and demand. Your body only makes it if it needs it. So why mess with it by pumping? That's just my, if I don't have to. And then Everest has never taken a bottle, like you said. So I'm like, oh, he drinks out of a cup really well, the ones you gave us. So I'm like, oh, maybe I could just put it in a cup and he could drink from a cup.
And by that point, he will be eating more food. So you have to, that's a factor as well. Like, how often will you be breastfeeding now? It's different for you because I was going back to work around that time. So I was already tapering. My kids were doing morning and night feeds. Yeah. But you work from home. So it's like, will you still be breastfeeding fairly frequently? It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah. People ask me all the time, like when, and I hate to always talk about breastfeeding, but it's like such a big part of my life. But
oh yeah, I am, you know, a huge breastfeeding advocate. Like
it's my life. It's what I do. Like most hours of the day. Like I feel like I'm constantly going back to breastfeeding anyway. And I've always had a great journey with it. It's gone really well for me, but it is a major part of my life. And so it's like I hold it really sacred to me. And like people are always like, when will you be done breastfeeding? I'm like,
but never. I hate that question. Like I just feel like that's very personal.
When will you be
and
done?
It's also like it comes across, whether they mean it or not, it comes across like a bit judgmental. Doing this too much. Yeah. And I don't think that's right. And there is science-based, like it is proven that breastfeeding is good for you and your baby.
Yeah. I feel great.
Stay tuned because we'll have a whole episode on breastfeeding probably fairly soon. Yeah,
so we'll touch into a little bit more of that.
Yeah, like I've done lactation counseling, and I have a friend who did it with me, so we'll touch into that more then. But,
oh, that's a great segue. Yeah. So I guess tune back with us soon, and we'll get deep into the lactation consultant world. Yeah. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
No, I think that's it. That's where we are right now. Yeah. So I'll let you know how the trip goes and how the road trip goes.
Yeah, we'll probably be back together in person post both of these trips. So
yeah, likely. Maybe,
perhaps we'll see. But anyway, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Mama Bear, and we can't wait to catch you up on all the fun shenanigans we're up to lately.
Yeah, thanks for the chit chat. Bye.
Okay, bye.